All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Damian and Gerry Realty Group YouTube channel. Today, we are going to learn the importance of buying real estate and really location. So sit back. Go ahead and get your notepad out, get a pen if you need to, get some water, get some coffee if you need some little brain jogging over here, and let's go ahead and get this episode started. All right, so we've all heard of the cliche saying in real estate, in movies, TV shows, whether you're brought up in the 90s, whatever the case is. Location, location, location. Correct? Exactly. So the thing is that location does play a very, very important role in the appreciation factor of owning real estate. Now, whether you're an end buyer, investor, whatever the case may be of your property purchase, that whatever the case may be, it's going to be all the same. So, in today's video, we're going to be learning about how the location of your real estate is going to really be greatly affected by all these different characteristics that I'm going to lay out today. So, just to go right into it, property value. Okay, and with property, its location has a significant impact on its value. Now, you have locations of the house being good schools, different types of amenities such as shopping centers, low crime rates, and also employment centers. Now, these are employment centers will just be bottom line jobs. So this is going to be really good, but I'll go over on this one a little bit later because this one is a very important thing, at least here in Southern California, that a lot of people are experiencing. Second is going to be the appreciation potential for the property. Now, obviously, the better located property, like proximity to a lot of things, is going to give a better appreciation potential. So whether you're, let's say, I don't know, if you're in Temecula, okay, the property values have skyrocketed. Even in the earlier part of this year, whenever the market kind of took a little bit of a dip, it was still higher than the previous low. So that's still really good for all homeowners, and especially the ones that went ahead and sold and still won in a downside market. Not bad at all. Not at all. The accessibility, okay? This is going to be things like your shopping centers, restaurants, public transportation, major highways, even parks, like your recreational parks for baseball, for soccer, for basketball, for just tennis even, pickleball. All of these things, especially families nowadays, they want these things. I can relate to this one very, very highly because my wife and I, we like to play tennis a lot and we like to play pickleball. Just so happens that we're smack dab in the middle of an area that is pretty underdeveloped, but we like it because it's really quiet in our neighborhood and we just have to go drive, like 20 minutes down the road to go play tennis. It's super easy and convenient for us. Maybe you're the type that wants to live in a golf cart community to where you literally just drive a golf cart to your swimming pool or to your tennis courts or golfing, whatever the case may be. But this is once again some type of research and a type of amenities that you as the buyer need to really take into consideration here. Now, also the convenience of having your highways. How easy is it for you to get there? Now, again, I will revert this back to myself. My wife and I, our house is max 2 minutes from the highway, max, which is huge for us because that's the way we wanted it to be. We wanted to make sure that we had very easy access to get to the highway. Short story for y'all, we used to live in French Valley, aka Winchester, California, or French Valley, California, whichever way you want to say it. Kind of goes both ways. Anyways, from that point, start point, to go down to I-15 in Temecula took us in a weekday, took us 45 minutes each way, 45 minutes. Now, just understanding that, we were able to test the community out and what we were looking for in a property. Now, just so happened to be one of those very things that we wanted to have, which was easy access to the highways. So the fact is, we ended up finding a house on our own without the help of our real estate agent, which I'll go over on this a little bit later on in the video. But the bottom line is that we were able to find a property that was very conveniently located to the highway of I-15. Now, like I said, it takes us a max of 2 minutes to get to the highway, which is perfect for us. That's what we wanted. Yes, we live in a little bit of an underdeveloped community, but that's not a bad thing necessarily. At least we don't have the hustle and bustle. So once again, it's all about how you are going to, like, what type of style the house and the amenities and also the convenience factor of getting to these highways are going to be for you and your family. Now, another deal is quality of life. Okay, this is a very big one as well because let's say like this kind of goes hand in hand with the accessibility as well. So this is going to be like with your recreational activities, even like different cultural centers, depending on where you want to be and whatnot. That will play a pretty crucial part in your homestead as well. So if you live an hour away from like a nearest recreational facility for your kids, for example, obviously that's going to be a little bit of a task for your kids to be able to play in sports. But again, most parents are going to do anything and everything to make sure that their kids are able to make it. They'll drive across the country if they need to. It doesn't matter. But others may not be in that type of really convenience, if you will, even financially. So sometimes the kids are going to have to hitch a ride with their friends, even just to go 15 minutes down the road for practice for sports. So again, just make sure that you are taking this into consideration of location of the property that you're purchasing. Also, making sure that your real estate agent is doing the proper research for you. You have to be able to tell that agent or realtor, hey, this is what I want. These are my likes. These are my dislikes. And then basically take it on from there. You have to tell them the areas that you want to be, just stick with the areas that you want to be. And then hopefully, you either tell them or they ask you, whichever one it comes first, that you tell them where you don't want to be. And then if you don't tell them where you don't want to be, then hopefully they ask, what areas do you want to avoid? So those are very, very big things that you, again, want to take into consideration. Now, school districts. This is a very, very, very big deal. This is probably, my opinion, this would be like top 1 or 2, like in the top 2 rankings of all of these things. These would be in the top 2. Biggest reason why is because people will only sacrifice they won't sacrifice 2 things, literally 2 things. That's schools and that's hospitals. Straight up, schools and hospitals. Now, here's the thing. This is probably going to be a mind blower for you. Now, people are going to sacrifice drive time to work to make sure that their family has a better home life. Yes, you heard that right. Parents, and even if you're not a parent, even if you're like myself that, has 2 dogs, a wife, all that stuff, let's say it like this. People are buying houses here in Temecula Valley as well as the Inland Empire. Now, Temecula Valley is not considered the Inland Empire, just for those of you who were wondering that. Inland Empire is going to be more north, like in the Riverside area. Now, Temecula Valley is down south on I-15 or 215, whichever way you're coming down. So the big thing here is the fact that people are moving from the coast to Temecula Valley and outskirts of. The reason why is because it's becoming more like Arizona or Texas or even Florida, to where you can get more house for your dollar. That's the biggest reason why people are moving to these other states. The biggest reason for that is lower cost of living. However, they can also still get more house for their dollar, which if you compare that more house for your dollar, that's smack dab where I am, is Temecula Valley area. So for people that bought their houses 30 plus years ago along the coast, is going to have bought that said property for much less than what the market is showing for today. That's going to be due to appreciation. Again, that's why location, this video, location is so important. Whether you are buying in San Diego 30 or 40 years ago, or Encinitas, or Carlsbad, or Dana Point, or Newport, whatever the case may be, all along the coast, doesn't matter. It's all going to have appreciated in value over time, over the last 30 years, most definitely. I mean, at least we would hope, right? Because that's a long time to wait. So here's the thing, once again, is that people are buying inland, right? So Temecula Valley area, once again, Riverside area, Corona, all that stuff. Now, the people that have families are willing to sacrifice themselves to make a drive of a minimum of an hour one way. Yes, you heard that correct as well. An hour one way, just so their families can have a better home life. This is a very big deal because as a realtor, I have to understand that this is a big deal for these families. Now, people, like I said before, people are able to buy multi-million-dollar homes that are only probably like 12 to 1,500 square feet. But yes, they are closer to the coast. But if you can save half of that money and get a bigger house, most people are going to opt in for that. So it's a big deal. Now, the fact is, once again, people won't sacrifice schools and hospitals. Families want their kids to have great education. So the fact is, they're going to keep their family in a school district that is known for excellence. Now, on top of this is going to be hospitals. If you're around a good hospital, that bar none, that's the way to go. That's going to be great for you. And again, for the location of your house. Because if your house is located in a good area, at least within proximity of a great hospital, that's going to potentially keep your appreciation factor going up. It's huge. Now, moving on. Safety. Okay, this is a big one. I would say this would go into the top 5 for me personally. Is that crime rates in neighborhoods that you have no idea what the neighborhood is. You want to make sure that there's not a whole bunch of break-ins going on, theft, anything like that, vandalism, etc., etc. Now, you can typically go on Nextdoor, you can go on nowadays Ring, you can even go on sometimes even Facebook. You just got to filter out those people that want to go ahead and just comment for the sake of commenting, right? So having a safe neighborhood is really going to give you a really strong sense of community as well, because especially if you have neighbors around you that are looking out for your best interest as well, then that's good. But again, it's a big thing to have a property in a low crime rate area overall. So again, you just want to make sure that you're doing your little bit of research on that. Now, future development. This definitely falls into my living situation currently, which again is a good thing. So with a house that is located in an area that is to be developed or is already developed, okay? If it's already developed, you're going to probably pay the price for it, okay? So let's say, for example, right, you go down over to Irvine, okay? Irvine has their Fashion Island. It's a mall, lots of very upscale restaurants, very just scaled up, and the homes over there are multi-million as well. Now, that's already developed, okay? Now, if you go down to Temecula, over in like near the wine country, that was underdeveloped at one point. So you could get a home for bottom dollar, which is great. Nowadays, those same homes have increased minimum $500,000. That's huge. That's all because of development happening. Now, again, I know I keep relating a lot of stuff to me, but I think it really gives a good perspective because my wife and I bought our home here in Temecula Valley area, just 15 minutes north. It's perfect. It's like we were able to purchase our home just under the, like, as it's like years away, a couple years away from being developed fully. We had a main road that was 2 lanes going and oncoming. That's it. Took about a year and a half for the city to complete the construction of the road that is now a 7-lane road. 6 lanes with a median making the 7th lane. So this was huge for us because now this allows for more traffic flow, not as much traffic back, like traffic and just like backing up and whatnot. So far, since this road has been built, we have not experienced any type of traffic at all, not even during rush hour. And our rush hour here is just people going east and west. That's it. Cutting from Murrieta over to Menifee, for example. It's a big deal. So, and this road, it kept on having traffic jams. People kept on getting in car wrecks. You name it. Just stuff kept happening. But that's the thing. We're supposed to be having a shopping center coming up as well. But again, all these things are crucial for the location of your property and future appreciation for that specific homestead. So again, these things may not seem like something that appear that's active, but in the future, you got to think forward. You got to think long term, because unless you're an investor that does fix and flips, or even buy and holds, and depending on what your term is for the buy and hold, that's something that you're going to want to consider as well. And especially if you're an end buyer, end buyer meaning that you're going to stay in the house for at least 10 years, then you definitely want to make sure that you're staying in proximity of all of these characteristics that I've laid out today so far. Now, moving forward from there, the resale potential. Again, this kind of brings the train right back around for us, because the resale value or the resale potential is going to take all of these things that I've already said today: your property value, the appreciation, the accessibility, the quality of life, school district, safety, future development. All of that will boil down to the resale potential. So it's very, very big for you to, once again, have all these characteristics, because as long as you do, then the resale potential is definitely going to be there. Even in a downside market of the economy, the resale potential will still be there. And that's one thing that you want to make sure that you take in consideration. Even if you think that you're going to be spending the rest of, let's say, 20 years in a house, most of the time, that's not going to happen. Most of the time, something's going to happen in life. You may sell that property within 5 to 10 years. Before you know it, you're having to move to another state. Maybe jobs relocation. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe you go ahead and say, I'm going to uproot my family. We're going to go over to, Arizona or even New York for that matter. Who knows? Life is so unpredictable, and that's why we as buyers of real estate, that's why we have to make sure that we are doing our research, taking in consideration of all of these things as well, because if we don't, no one's going to do it for us. And it's also chancy on having the real estate agent or realtor doing the proper research for you, making sure that you have longevity in this situation. So that's a very, very big deal. So just make sure that you guys and gals, that is, are making sure that you take in all these factors, because again, they do play a large role in just the value of the property entirely. And this is going forward into the future as well. So with that said, we're coming to the end of this video. I really hope you guys and gals enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. That'd be awesome for the YouTube algorithm to get this video and other videos that I've created out there for more people to see. If you see other videos, please share it. There might be someone that you have no idea is going in for a property that may find this information very useful. Also, for you guys and gals, once again, that don't want to miss out on any further episodes, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're an investor looking for off-market properties, a seller trying to get top dollar for your estate, as well as a buyer trying to maybe relocate or buy a property here in Southern California, make sure all of y'all contact me. You can reach me at 951-397-2050. And my email is going to be dgerryrealty@gmail.com, and all this information is going to be right here down below. So make sure you go ahead and check it out, and I definitely look forward to hearing back from you. And if you have something to say, go ahead and leave it out in the comment. Who knows, I may make a video of it and tag you in it too. So with that being said, happy huntings on real estate. Make sure you're taking in location consideration very, very heavily. And with that said, we are done. Peace.